Welcome everyone to our YouTube channel here for the Shuffle Squad. I am PJ and I'm going to be bringing you a meta forecast for this week for the upcoming late night event series that we're hosting on Play.Limitless TCG. You can check out all the details down below. Huge shout out to all of our sponsors helping to make this possible, but we are going to be hosting this tournament series that's going to ramp up into a huge invitational that's going to give away some awesome prizing, including a paid trip to the World Championships in Yokohama, Japan, as well as your hotel stay and some meet and greet with the team. I hope that everything about this series kicks off the right way and it works out for everybody at home playing alongside it. We're going to have some awesome casters, but what we're going to do starting every Monday is do a meta forecast for the upcoming regional, and I will be doing the honors here and kicking this off. I personally just got back from the Orlando Regional Championships, and wow, what an experience. The biggest regional of all time. It was fantastic to be there and see all the decks. Another Lugia-dominated format, though. So we're looking at the meta, trying to see what decks are going to be good for this upcoming late night, what decks are not, and it really seems to be just Lugia City. So we're going to take a look at a couple of the recent tournaments played online, and then also look at the meta for the top 16 decks that were over at the Orlando Regional and see what did well and what we're predicting here. So what we'll be doing is going through the most recent Limitless page here for completed tournaments in the standard format, and it looks like the Gragalon Gauntlet Standard number 2 is the most volume that we see after the last late night series event. So this one here had 100 players playing in it, and we can see that Lugia also had some domination in the top 8, standing 4 out of the top 8 were Lugia decks, and then we had some Gudra in there. So let's take a look at this list and see exactly what it had in it. We take a look. It's a pretty standard list. We're going to open this up a little bit more. So the thing that we're seeing here is there's a removal of some energy cards. We now have a 4th Capture Energy. There's 1 Canceling Cologne, and then the Irrita Find It. So pretty standard list here. It looks really good. Looks really clean. Obviously it did well for them. A 4-3, so a thicker line of Lugia for consistency reasons. You don't want to whiff your Lugia. You also don't want to whiff your Archeops playing this deck. So very cool. We'll hop over to the next tournament. Now this one is actually held on PTCG Live, and our friend over at Trust Your Pilot has hosted this on PTCG Live. We won't go down that rabbit hole on this video here, but it looks like the winning deck out of this tournament, it looks like it hosted 69, and yes, nice, 69 players in the tournament, had the Lost Zone box win. And we're going to take a look at the image here and see, what we're going up against. There's a Drapion and the Radiant Charizard. So this is just a turbo Lost Zone box with just the Psychic and Fire energy split. Had some Temple of Sinnoh, obviously doing well against those special energy decks. Nothing crazy here. We do have a higher count of Clara in the deck now. A little bit more of a supporter line that we didn't have before, where we're only playing the Colress and maybe a few extra supporters sprinkled in. A little bit heavier of that line, kind of looking like it's getting ready for post-rotation, getting ready of those scoop up nets and testing out some new ideas here. The 3 of Sableye, though, that looks really clean. I'm sure that they were able to snipe out lots of bench Pokemon with the Sableye and get those out of there, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. We'll hop over to our third tournament, and then the third tournament is the Tournament of Doom with 63 players. It looks like the standing had Regigigas. Now, I do think Regigigas is a great deck in the format. I know LDF actually was playing it, so LDF plays pretty high. It was going heavy into day 1 on the Orlando Regionals with a Reggie list, but this looks really good too. We do have 3 Path to the Peaks now. We have the 2 of Ultra Ball. We have 1 Lost Vacuum for those pesky big parasols that are out there. So that was a really good tech instead of maybe the Cape of Toughness. So I really like this list. I think it's pretty clean and definitely a great pick going into the late night event. So If we go backwards into Orlando's regional meta, we'll take a look at those lists over there. So let me pull those up for you. All right, so we're taking a look at the top 16 here, and we can see a lot of Lugia, and there's a few control elements in there. I know that Grant Manley and Azul and Caleb Gedimer, they were all piloting control. They had a really solid list. I did like the adaptation from Xander's list. Adding the heavier Snorlax count was definitely good in testing for myself. I did not have enough time with control, so therefore I did not play it, but it was a great call going into this meta for sure. We'll take a look at Andrew Hedrick's winning list as well, and this one had a few spicy techs in here. We had the Wash energy added in and the V-Guard energy. Now the V-Guard energy is definitely for the mirror. That way, if an opposing Lugia V-Star is loaded up with all the powerful colorless energy, you can slap a V-Guard, make it a little bit harder for them to reach that one-hit knockout. Still playing the thinner Lugia line here with the 3-2. Still have the Stoutland for the Lost Box matchup, the Raikou most likely for the Lost Box matchup, and Irida to go in and find the Capturing Aroma, which is kind of neat. The Lost Vacuum is also really good here to get rid of those stadiums like Path to the Peak. And so many other good techs. I love the Echoing Horn in this list, though. I think Echoing Horn is really, really good. I did contemplate putting it into my list the night before and decided against it. The Capturing Aroma is probably the spiciest thing we'll see, and I know that that's kind of a nod there, but Capturing Aroma you don't normally see in a list. But I think playing an optimized Lugia list for what you'll see in the meta, Goodra was a thing. So I think solid decks that we're going to see in this meta for late night on Tuesday are going to be somewhere in the realm of a heavy, just basic Lost Zone box. We're going to see lots of Regigigas. So the single prize decks are definitely going to be coming out in full force, as are the heavily played meta decks like Lugia. Now, I would not hate to see a really well-crafted Mew VMAX list do well, and I do see Mew doing really awesome in these online events. I don't think it's scared off by the Drapion. Not a lot of people are playing the Sky Sealstone to take that extra prize card. The Drapions here and there are scary, but a lot of good Mew players, people that have been playing Mew for so long, are going to know how to play around that matchup. So you definitely want to take that in consideration when you're picking a deck list out for these events. So aside from those, I know that I have some personal spicy picks that I'd love to see, but I think that those are going to be the top performing decks going into this meta. So if you are picking a deck, make sure you can beat at least the majority of those decks, whether it's Lost Zone Box, Mew, or you can beat Lugia pretty heavy-handedly, because I'm sure that we'll see quite a few Lugias out there as well. So with that being said, we are going to pop it over to our sponsor reel here, so you can check out all of the cool discount codes and other ways that you can help support the Shuffle Squad. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have anything else to add, please let us know down in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button so you can get notified when more Shuffle Squad videos will be releasing. We're going to talk to you next time. Have a great evening and good luck in the late night, everybody. Take it easy. The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Atlas Collectibles, the best place to buy any trading card game product online. Visit atlastcg.com and at the checkout screen, make sure to use code TSS12 to save an unbeatable 12% off your entire order. Atlas Collectibles will ship your product anywhere in the world, so make sure you're taking advantage of the 12% savings with TSS12. And if Pokemon is not your thing, don't worry. Go to atlastcg.com and see all the other amazing trading card game products they have there to offer.
The Shuffle Squad is partnered with PTCGO Store to provide our community with the best access to Pokemon TCG codes. They have codes available 24/7, instant email delivery, and you can save 5% off by using code TSS5. If you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, you'll have access to a special code that gets you 10% off. So what are you waiting for? Use code TSS5 today and save 5% on your next order of codes on any codes available at ptcgostore.com.
Are you trying to be the best like no one ever was? Now is your time. Head on over to Metafy.gg and search out all our amazing Pokemon TCG coaches, where you can book all sorts of training plans ranging from deck help to full season sessions with your favorite coach. What a great way to up your game. Check out metafy.gg in the description below and take your game to the next level.
Pokex Word, the best place to get your fill of Pokemon-inspired puzzles. New puzzles are posted every day, and they recently launched a new Guess That Pokemon puzzle, which is a ton of fun to play. Go check them out at PokexWord.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter for your chance to win a ton of PTCGO codes every month.
Challenge yourself against trainers from around the world to compete for the biggest online prizing yet.
Are you ready for an unbelievable tournament unlike anything else you've ever seen before? The Shuffle Squad is proud to announce our newest tournament series, the Late Night Event, with an amazing grand prize that's bound to have you excited.
Players can compete via play.limitless.tcg.com's online tournament platform every Tuesday to get a chance to earn weekly prizes. And every week, your placement in the tournament is tallied by points based on your best finishes to earn your rank for the Late Night Invitational event.
The series will be conducted starting February 7th of 2023 and carry all the way through to the Invitational on July 9th of 2023, where the top players will be rewarded the grand prizing.
And the grand prize is a signed jersey and photo op with the entire Shuffle Squad, as well as a fully paid trip to the Pokemon World Championships in Yokohama, Japan. This includes hotel and airfare, whether you're a player or a spectator.
Don't forget to check out all the live coverage on our YouTube and Twitch channel of the top cuts of these events for every week. And subscribe so you can get notified where to watch the Late Night Events Invitational brought to you by the Shuffle Squad. Now get out there and start winning. We'll see you in Japan.